you beautiful people. It's early in the morning, but I'm going to do this Sunday shining. See how I go, because I made it one yesterday, which was very long. And I had a sneaky peeky look into the news, which I don't often do. And I could just see how, for many people, this is a very stressful time. And so I think I'll just try and see if I can, the Lord guides me to speak about different things. Maybe use some of the things I feel guided, how I feel I'm being guided in my life. That's very bright, that light, just a sec. So here we are, all of us, little human beings, in this, what many feel is a very strange experience, and very many feel is a very scary experience. And I'll just share what I feel I'm being told in my own heart, and of course it's very much what you already have heard, so there's nothing really new, apart from, things that I feel I'm being taught on my journey. So, as you've probably already noticed in my videos, we can see our lives with different eyes, and there's probably many different ways to see our life. But the main ones, which are the most, they are the opposites, is the ego mind, and the mind of your spirit, which is the mind of your heart, which is really your true mind, the mind of God, really. And seeing with the mind of God, this is very wonderful and very good, because it is really what the Bible has been talking about, what all the really predictions have been talking about, that this world is going to dissolve and die and not be here anymore, because it's built on a bad foundation. It's not built on the foundation of love. And a new world is going to emerge. And really, as I see it, I mean, man has a tendency to make things so dramatic and so horrible, but really, if we look at this just a bit logical, just with sort of logical human eyes, things could have been so much worse, really. I mean, there could have been a big, something hit the earth, and real catastrophes where people were just dying all over the place and just really bad. But what we're getting now is this sort of slow dying, and really it's not, most people are not dying, they're just becoming sick and recovering and continuing their lives. So really the media makes it look as though the whole earth, all the human population more or less is dying. Well, they're not. But some people are dying from this. So and while we, I mean, if there was a natural catastrophe and all the internet and all the everything, all the electricity, everything was gone, we would really be just really with ourselves and just the people around us trying to survive. But now we have all the internet and we have all this still going, which means that all this information can be flying around the air, and we can make up these stories, which man has done ever since, for many thousands of years, all these stories, and stories about stories, and all the gossip, which has been a really big thing in human life, all the gossip. And often the gossip is not true at all. yeah, as I feel it, this is the new earth that is emerging, and the process that we are all in this process where we're being asked to go home, we're being asked to reconnect with our true selves, so that we can be the creators of this new earth. We are being prepared and being cleansed and being healed, really, and being humbled. As I said in the video yesterday I made, the path of evolution and the path of awakening is rocky, and we go through trials, because that's the only way we're really going to evolve and really awaken properly. Because if we do not go through trials in our lives, we're not humbled, and we don't mature from within. So, and we know this in our lives, that these experiences that have been so difficult, if we really approach them with our heart and with love and forgiveness and trusting God, trusting life that all was well, we came out much more mature. And as we mature, we become enlightened. We're given more and more of God's wisdom and all God's goodness. But we have to go through these things that shake us up. And I feel what we're being, every time we go through these trials in life, God is asking us, I feel that many times through the things I've been through, God was saying, do you still believe I love you? And do you still believe that I'm here? Or do you actually know and feel that I am here? And I'm right in the midst of this, and everything is in divine order. Do you feel that maybe even more? And I do. I feel it more and more and more, that everything is in divine order, and that I am exactly where I need to be. And you don't know it before till you are in the actual situation. So your connection to God gets stronger and stronger every time your trust in him or her grows. And sometimes our situation is so horrific that you simply cannot see any logical reason why this should be like this, and still God is asking you to simply surrender, to this is the way it is right now, and that I love you. I'm here with you, and you are in a growth process. You are the butterfly, and as somebody I was listening to yesterday was saying, that we're going into a cocoon state because we're asked to go within, go into our little homes, and that is the cocoon state. And when this slowly is gone, it's a wave that's coming over the earth, and it's going to pass, as the holy men said. This too shall pass, it will pass. And when this passes, and we have used this opportunity to grow within, to become more godlike, we will come out as the butterfly. We will fly out as the butterfly, free and awakened. So what I want to say, really, what we're being asked to do is simply focus on ourselves. And still, when I say this, I can feel that, oh, this sounds so egotistical, because you have to think of the whole world. And that's what very much they're sort of pushing onto us. Think of all the people that are suffering, and think of all this that is so bad. And really, how is that helping us? And the fact that we have all this information going on as we do, we are being told every single thing that they choose to tell us. It's not, of course, not the good stories. But right now it's all about corona, and we're being told every single detail, every single number. We're all getting it, and we all have to embrace all this knowledge. And how big a time in the history of man have we been so informed as we are today, with this certain type of information? So really, it's as I feel, it's really of the evil that we're being asked to keep embracing the whole earth, because it's burdening us so much that we become more and more weakened. And that's why many people are really breaking down from this, and many young people have been so informed about all the tragedies going on the earth, and really all the pollution and all the things that we humans are doing. So you can really understand why young people give up and they just go out and party, because it's just too much. How can you just keep filling me with all this bad news? So it's good to just look at the earth and see, okay, this is going on, apart from many, many, many other things, which I mentioned last time, which have been going on for a very long time. But what, seen with the eyes of the heart, what God is telling us to do is to center ourselves and focus on where you are right now. That is where all the power lies. And that is where you will become this, and this is how you will become this enlightened being who will be there for many, many, many more people, and be a real helper and a real leader and a real support. It's when you become more whole, and this is your chance. This is our chance to really, really clean up the last bit of pain, really, within ourselves. So for most people, they don't know anyone who has corona, and they don't have corona themselves. The greatest majority of the world's population have not got anything to do with corona in their lives. But the world has changed around them because everything is closing down. And there is, for people who are living off little businesses, there are great worries about what is going to happen. Am I going to starve to death? Am I going to, what's going to happen because of this, because of the economy which is breaking down? So all this worry about where is my life going, what's going to happen to me and my family, and all this. But, yeah, the people, you who I'm talking to, you know really what I'm saying, and I'm just saying the same thing. And I feel it is very, very much true. Although life can seem very, very strange, all you need to do is focus on you and the trials that you are in right now, and embrace them with love. Start off saying to God, or whoever you believe in, who is the greater power in your life, that you surrender to the difficulties that are there right now, and you choose love instead of fear, and you choose gratitude instead of complaint. And when you have taken those two steps, you are already really in new earth. You have stepped into your new life, and you really are becoming the butterfly, because that is really all you're being taught right now. Go deeper into love. Let go of the last bits of fear that you were still holding on to. And choose gratitude. Choose to bloom wherever you are. And as it says in the Bible, the earth may shake and the mountains fall apart or whatever, but my love will never ever end. So it is really what I feel. I feel I've been in this situation, this crisis situation that the world is now in. I feel that I've been in for many, many years, really. Not to say that I'm any better, but it's some of us, we just get it earlier. So, and in my situation, as you know, if you've seen my videos, I thought that this family structure, which was so important to me, my own family of mother and father and my two brothers and me, that was really so important, and that was my joy, and that fell apart. And then I had my own family with husband and 4 children, and that fell apart. And it took a long, long time for me to get it. And finally I got it. I felt God was teaching me to stop holding on to anything outside myself that was going to give me fulfillment and joy. Because it will end. That will pass too. So for me to deeply connect with God within, it had to all the time fall apart. So I couldn't cling to any of it. And you even, so often you go into the ego where you sort of think, okay, I've got it now, I'm going to let it all go. And I'm going to do as I feel God is guiding me, to be trusting and be loving no matter what. To not have any grudges against anyone. That's a really big one. Any negativity I might feel against anyone, clean it away. And in my little quiet mind, hoping that if I do this, my family will all come together and everything will be good again. But it didn't. It never did. And so where I am right now, my life is very, very strange. And and you can really think, what was that enormous mess that I just went through these last 56 years of living here on earth? What was this all about? But still, so it, the world around us is going to, the mountains are just going to keep falling down, and some are saying that this corona is only the beginning of actually very bad things happening on earth. I don't know if that is true, but there are going to be enormous earth changes, and I think the quickest way to become a very, very joyful and very, very balanced human is to simply let it all go. Let it all be. And focus on how can I create a life for me and the people that I'm responsible for around me. How can I and we together create a life where we feel this peace and we feel the love. We might have to move, we might have to live off a different diet, we might have to change many, 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 many things, but our main goal is that there is no longer fear and struggle and strife and conflict in our home. There is peace and there is love, and there is wisdom and there is cooperation. And it might even mean that you have to leave that family, or take a child with you or whatever, so that you can create that, because you are the creator of your world. And by creating a beautiful world for you and the people that you are immediately responsible for, you are creating the new earth. You are the creator, a creator of new earth. And it all starts in the inner world, in your world. It really all starts within you. So your true home is really in your heart. That is the home, your dwelling. And as we know, these people who have these beautiful homes, everything's perfect and beautiful, if they have not cleaned the home within them, that home is always going to be a bit scary and still not that beautiful home, because they're still carrying on to this deep hurt within them. So the situation now is forcing us to go right into that home, right inside you, and clean away the last bit of self-pity, anger, fear, discontent, blaming, whatever it could be. Clean it away. And really, you don't even have to do much cleaning, just let it go. Because it's really not there. We've just been holding on to it. Just have a drink. So it's so hard for us to understand, because we have learned that I'm just this little person, whether I'm here or not doesn't matter. But this situation where we are right now, where New Earth is really, it's really born. It is born and it is slowly being created by all the people who choose love. Every single person, especially the people who choose love, they are so important. So realize that no matter how messy your life is, when you take these steps, which I feel are true and right, but always follow your heart, but I feel that's what we're being taught. When you choose love, you choose forgiveness, you choose to be your true self, choose honesty and integrity. So you are a pure being. You become your pure self. You're not holding onto any agenda, any negativity. You're still human. You still get sad. You still get worried. That's okay. But within you feel peace. Deep within you feel peace. All of us who are doing that, we are creating this new earth. So they could make headline stories. They could change the news completely and say, all that's going on now, there is a disease that's moving around. Be careful when you're out and about, when you're meeting each other. Be very hygienic. And this is the last bits of changes that are happening so that this new earth can grow forth and we can start this new world, which has been predicted, where we humans live in harmony with all of life around us, as we once have done. It's coming, and it's going to come in an even more beautiful way. And your part in this is enormous. So thank you for being there. They could make these beautiful headlines. Thank you, every one of you reading this paper, who has chosen love and peace in this situation, and trust that all is well, and that there's nothing to fear. The whole thing of understanding that when I take care of my world and my immediate situation and sort out how am I going to be here and feel this deep, deep love and peace and joy within me, no matter how many mountains are falling down, no matter how many people are very, very fearful around me, how can I do this and do it? When you do that, you're on the right path. And we can, as we come into this place and we feel that we are calming down, we feel the peace more, we can pray for all the people who are in fear. Pray for them. Bless them. And whoever needs our help, help them. The way that we feel our heart is guiding, as it says in the Bible, give as your heart tells you and no more. Because God loves you to be a joyful giver. Give with joy. But as I've said so many times before, let's get the fire going. The world around us is really mirroring us, because we are the center of the universe. It sounds really strange, but when we get this, it's very, very powerful and very helpful for us. So all the fear around us, and if you don't turn on the news is actually a very artificial thing. But you can just switch off the news if you feel that's okay for you, and just sense the world around you. Is it full of fear? Mine isn't. It's so peaceful. All the birds are singing. We love life and we love you. And life on earth is becoming more and more beautiful because new earth is here. That's what the nature around me is telling me. So that's mirroring me. If I go looking at the news, I'm actually that is a part of me that I'm seeing on the news. So if you feel it's natural, it's okay for you to switch off the news, and maybe not, if you have some friends or people you're talking with who are very fearful and you feel it's very uncomfortable, you can just ease off a bit and not speak to them so much, and sense how, if you're just going about your life as you feel right now, is the peaceful and love-filled path for you. Just sense how is the world around you. Maybe it's very peaceful and very beautiful, and that's because that's what you are. And enjoy that. And by doing that, you're beaming light into the earth, although you're not speaking to anyone or even praying for anyone. You are contributing in the most powerful way you can, because you are beaming peace into the earth. You're manifesting the new earth that people who are in fear now can come and live on. You are creating this place for them. So it sounds very strange, but we have a tendency to keep looking at all that drama and all that fear, and it is at a point as we grow, we don't want it anymore, because it just doesn't resonate. It's like somebody just telling a lie or telling some story that really is not true, and you don't need it, and it doesn't make you grow. It doesn't make you shine. So every time you in your life are feeling peace, more love, more contentment, and maybe making changes where you feel, oh, this is such a good idea, I'm going to change this in my life, that makes me feel even more peaceful. When you're doing that, you are helping every single being on this planet. You're doing the greatest of the greatest. So it is all it's all actually, everything that is important is going on within you. This whole thing that's going on right now on earth is all about you and your relationship to you. But the darkness, which some say still has a lot of power on the earth, they're all interested in getting you to stop focusing on your own inner life and healing this place within you and becoming whole. They want you to focus outwardly so that you stop that process. But the thing is, the darkness has really lost, and it was the darkness within us. It will not be anymore, because we're going to live in a new way. So, yeah, I hope you can use this maybe in your life, and although it can look very, very scary about maybe your future and how everything, all the money, all these things, I just encourage you to think out of the box, or just to not think, and to just trust, and remember how what do you call it, not versatile, or how strong, how resilient human beings are. We can live in the most amazing, think about the earth 200 years ago, 300 years ago, there were Eskimos living in the coldest climate. There were people living in the jungle in the hottest climates, people living in the desert. All these human beings that were spread out over the earth, so resilient and so strong. And so just trust that your life, you can really do anything you want to do. And when we trust, it all comes. It does come. You will be provided for in every way, in every single way. So what I was shown yesterday was the whole thing of not knowing, the whole thing of really, really letting go and allowing yourself to really not know anything. And it can be about your past. That was my situation, just looking back into my past and thinking, what was that enormous mess? And all that suffering and all that pain I've been through. And how can I ever logically understand everything that's been going on? And I felt God was telling me to just let it all go and to just not know. To allow yourself to not understand your life. And we can use this in our situation right now. Don't try to understand it. Just be peace and be love. Just enjoy your state of being. The more you feel you can come into this state of being, of peace and love. And allow yourself to switch off your mind and be in this childlike state. As Jesus said, it's only the children who are going to enter into His kingdom, or the kingdom of God. It's only by becoming like the children. And what do the children do? They are in this very present situation or state of being, playing with their toys or playing a game, whatever they're doing. They are so present, and they don't need to know about everything that's going on around them and understand it all. So there's this innocence, and that's what I felt so strongly. The Lord was guiding me to just know nothing. You don't need to know why did all these things happen. Just be. And allow yourself to be in the not knowing. Just be present. Be as the child. Use your senses. See. Look into nature. See, hear, taste, touch, smell. And be present. And let that whole story, which was your story of what happened in your life, which really was just your story, just like our story now. Now let me tell you what's going on earth. That's only one story. What about all the other stories? And the human being, the human mind, will never be able to make the real story about anything really. But we can become present, and we can be in the moment with our awareness of what is right now. And that is really where we come alive. And that is where we come into this innocent, pure state, which is really the human beings that are needed to create the new earth. We let go of all the stories and all this need to understand, why did she do that, and why did he say that, and why did I do that, and who was the baddie and who was the goodie, and maybe we're all the baddies. And all this, trying to get it all organized, when God is really saying, don't try to organize it, just be. Be the beautiful you, because that's what you are. And the more you let go of that story, which you will never understand anyway, because it's not meant to be understood, it was meant to be experienced by you. And every time it was difficult, I was asking you to go deeper into your relationship to me, so that you felt that you were actually, finally, you got to feel that you are me. That's why you went through all that stuff. But whatever you went through, it doesn't really matter what it was you went through, or what people said or didn't say or didn't do. That's not what is important. What is important is where you got to now, and your ability to be present right now. So let it all go. Understanding the past, understanding the situation right now, and even understanding the future, because you are creating the future the more you come into this state of the childlike innocence of not knowing. And it was so helpful for me to get this guidance that I can just not know and just be. And what is it that helps us so much in this process? Nature does. Look at the birds in all their eagerness, running around out there, right there on my roof. A little bird looking for food or preparing her nest for this year. They are where they are, and they're shining all this beauty and all this presence. And as it says in the Bible, look at the deer, look at the cattle, listen to the birds. They will all teach you. They know that they are completely embraced by God. They are one with God. Listen to them, look at them, and be that. So it's really, God was really guiding me to shed, to let go of the need to hold on to any story about anything that ever was. So let it go. And I've been watching Fawlty Towers lately. I've just had this little, these DVDs, and it's just so fun once in a while to just put them in and watch them. They're so funny. I just love them. They're so funny and so tragic about this person. I mean, Basil, who is really John Cleese. He's always suffering. He's always suffering. No matter what happens to him, he's always suffering. And the wife is really very much very different, really. But one of the episodes where he's been bidding on a horse, and where Manuel, the little waiter, he tells Manuel, who doesn't understand English very well, that he mustn't say anything to the wife, because the wife mustn't know. And Manuel couldn't understand what he was saying, and finally John Cleese says to him, "You know nothing. You just know nothing." And okay, I know nothing. And so, and finally Manuel really gets this, that he knows nothing. And then as the episode goes on, finally John Cleese, he actually needs Manuel to actually tell the story that he did bid on the horse. And when they go to Manuel and ask him, he has understood the message. He's not supposed to say anything, so he knows nothing. And he says like this, "I know nothing, I know nothing." And of course, John Cleese, he's just going out of his mind, it was so bad. But this whole childlike state of being, that you know nothing, there's nothing to know. It's such a relief. So just a little example. It's good to laugh, just laugh. Yeah, and these things, these shows or whatever it is that really makes us laugh, it does bring us into this childlike state of just being the joy. And that is also the state of being where we're not being so adult-like and so-called mature. We thought it was so mature to really understand life around us, what has happened, what is happening. I have to understand it all. What we're being told is, I feel, let it go. You don't have to understand it. There's nothing to understand. Just be. Be you. Which really is God saying, be me. So the dark forces which are still there, they're really wishing us to go deeper into the fear, because that is when you can control people. You can control people when they're fearful. But a person who feels full of love, full of peace, full of gratitude, full of freedom, and sees that there is really endless possibility and that they are endlessly powerful, you can't control them. It's impossible. And that is what I feel, that's right where we are right now. So we've learned that if you want to create a good life for yourself, sit down and think it all through, understand it all, get it all logically worked out. And we're being told right now that is exactly what you should not do. Let go and be the peace, be the love, be the trust. And that's how your new life will really create itself. It's already really there. That beautiful life that we're waiting for, some of us are waiting for, is already manifested, it's already there. And all you need to do is come into alignment with it, because it's on a very high level. It's on a very high vibration, because it's very, very beautiful. It's full of God's love. It's full of all the divine aspects. And for you to find your new life, you just have to align with it energetically. And you do that by letting go of the fear and letting go of the need to understand anything, really. So you lift your vibration and you'll see, oh my goodness, my new life is already there. It's already created. I don't need to really create anything. I just need to come into alignment with it. So New Earth is there, it's already here. And some people say, well, I want to take all the suffering people with me. Well, the more people who go into this vibration will help the others come, because we're just making it easier and easier and easier. The more of us who go there will make it easier for the others to come. So, yeah. In the just going back to Corona and the situation in our country, it's very, very different from country to country, how many people are dying from this and how dangerous it seems. And in our country it seems, and in Germany for instance, there's hardly any have died, and it's very old people who really, as I see it, probably would have died already, but they've kept them alive with all their medicine. So it's just to say that, as I've said before, we are kept artificially alive, many of us, many old people were meant to die earlier, but they weren't allowed. So they fill them with medicine and do all these things to them. But the natural course of life and the ending of life, which is completely natural, is not allowed to happen on the earth in many countries today. You're not allowed to die. And so many of those people who are dying from Corona had already, this is just something I'm saying, I believe it's very true, they would have been dead a while ago if it wasn't for all the interventions from the medical world. So, but anyway, when we're very sensible and very careful, and I think if you get the coronavirus, make sure you are at home and make sure you get the help you need, whatever you can do so you don't spread it. This is going to, it is going to pass, and of course it is. As the holy men said, this too shall pass. And really my life has not changed, and I think some of you are saying that you're seeing very negative people, and I feel I haven't met any negative people really, and people are very calm and they're just careful, calm and careful. And of course, if there are many fearful people around, if you are a peaceful person who smiles to them and sends out your beautiful energy, you are making a change just around where you live. Very, very powerful, because that's what the world needs. People need to see faces that are full of love and peace and trust that all is well. So, yeah. This too shall pass, and all is well. So yeah. Let's move into New Earth, and all is well. Let's do our message for the day. There's a pheasant out there. A female. Okay, so today's message is number 10, and it is: loving others in their own chosen path is setting the energy you want in your world. Dear one, when you love others and allow them to follow their own chosen path, it awakens the energy of compassion and acceptance within you. This energy fills your heart and permeates your world. It allows you to receive this same energy from others, which can give you a sense of freedom to be all you can be. At times, the chosen path of others may seem destructive to you, and it is not the energy that you would choose to be around. In these situations, often the most loving thing you can do is allow them to follow their chosen path, and you must give yourself permission to follow the path which is in your highest good. This may even mean never seeing them again. Set the energy you want in your world by awakening your consciousness to all the good available to you. It's a matter of choice. Attune yourself to only that which you would have in your life. Release the need to be right. Close your mind to the negative thoughts that threaten your happiness. Moment to moment, make the choice to live in the light of love. This is being a true bridge from heaven to earth. Making the choice for love allows you to be in the world, but not of the world. When you make the choice to love others as they are, you pave the way for a mass awakening of love on the planet, so all may be free. Receive love, give love, and be love. With this loving energy as your intention, remember your angel message for today. Loving others in their own chosen path is setting the energy you want in your world. Spontaneity. I think she's dancing around. Or maybe doing some martial arts. I think I'll just say a little prayer for life and for everything. Dear Holy Father, Father, Mother God, I thank you for this moment. I thank you for all of us connecting through this video. And I thank you for love. I thank you that you love us, each and every one of us, with your endless, divine love. As the most loving father or mother, you hold us, you guide us, you protect us, and you love it when we come home. We come home to you, spend time with you. Thank you that you have your eyes on us every moment of every day and every night, and you never take your eyes away from us. And thank you that you wish the best for us, that we blossom and bloom and dance and are free to express ourselves in this world. And you wish us to be deeply connected with the spirit world. Help us all to feel you within us. Feel your depth. Feel your softness. Feel your joy and your peace. And help us all connect really well to the earth, which is our home for now. Feel that we have roots going right into the center of the earth, and that we are connected to the earth and all her loveliness. The soil, the oceans, the rivers, the mountains, the valleys, every plant, every tree, every flower. The air, the light, the stars, the moon, the sun, every human, every animal. Help us feel connected to it all, knowing and feeling and sensing that we are all one body. We are all you in physical form. So help us, each and every one of us, get to feel that we are this little fragment of you, this little special speck of you, and that we have come to express ourselves in our own unique and magnificent way. Help us all to feel this love, love for life, love for being who we are, in all our uniqueness, all our loveliness, all our power. Help us be like the little child and love to be. And thank you that you are right there, God, in the midst of it all, always. So bless the earth, bless every being on this planet, and help us bring this new earth here, in every way and form. Help us create this new earth, so we can live in this joyful, harmonious way, loving every moment of our lives, and living in communities that are harmonious and strong and filled with love. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Lord, for all you give, and that we are one. Amen. So that was yet another beautiful message about letting go, and that it can be one of the challenges when you move into the higher vibration, that you feel that you're leaving people around you, you're leaving them energetically, and you can see that they're suffering a lot and they're in a lot of fear. But just remember that the people who are in fear, I know it from myself, from my own upbringing, everything I've been through, some people need the fear. It's important for them to be there for a bit longer, and it's part of their process. And as Gabriel's saying, allow them to be there and see how much you can communicate with them or be with them. And sometimes you can't be with them because it's just impossible. It doesn't work anymore. And step away from them with love and with trust that they are God in human form. They know deep down, they know exactly what to do and how to get out of the fear. And just send them your love. Send them your peace. They are fine. They don't look like they're fine, but they are fine. Because they need to be where they are right now. So, yeah, everything is in divine order, although, yeah, it can look, but the more you look with the eyes of the heart, the more you can see that all is in divine order, and it has always been in divine order. And what you need to learn right now is exactly there in your life. And you are becoming God in human form more and more. And the more you do that, the more you will not separate yourself from others, but you will actually come into oneness with others. Because we are all one. So I just had this last thing, which was that how God showed me that we are God in human form, and how each and every one of us is a little fragment of God. And I just thought it was just very, very wonderful that when you go and use your meditation, just have something to drink. Use your meditation or prayer, whatever you do, and come to this deep, deep place within you. You are in the presence of God. It is God's being. You are experiencing. And in a way it's the same thing that we're feeling, but really it's not, because we are a tiny little unique fragment of God. And I thought that was so beautiful, that the fragment that you are is completely unique. I've said it so many times before. I just got it even more, just like on a deeper level, that the joy of being in your own company and feeling this blissful state within you is completely unique. And it's your own little meeting with God that is completely unique. And I can't feel that you're feeling. Because it's your specialness. It's the specialness of God that has been planted in you. Or that you are, you have been given this part of God, which is yours to use. So it's just very, very beautiful. So yeah, I hope that in your life you're feeling this more and more, that it's easier to go into the peace, easier to go into the trust and the gratitude, and how when you do it you feel, oh my goodness, I feel so much better. And feeling more and more this connection within you is just such a precious, it is the most precious part of you. And that is this place in you that you get to enjoy, to just feel, is the seed. That's where all the seeds lie for New Earth. All the seeds that you bring. So you are a creator, and you bring the best of the best. We all do. So have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Have a wonderful, wonderful day in the midst of all this, and I hope you could use this video in some way or the other. So take care, my friend. I'll see you soon. Bye.